Good evening, everyone. My name is Veritas. Welcome back to Destiny. Now, today is Friday, Zer Day. It also happens to be my 1000th video, technically, on the channel right now. So enjoy that. I will be making a 1000 video special at some point in the near future, but this happens to be the 1000th one, so fanfare. Anyway, this will be the shortest Zer video ever because I hate it. And I hate Zer because he doesn't sell anything good and he has garbage this week, so we're not going to make a big deal out of it. So he has the Legacy Engram for Gauntlets. Don't buy this. It turns into a year 1 item, 170 light maximum. The Titan exotic is the Eternal Warrior, useless. Lucky Raspberry is the Hunter exotic, also useless. The Purifier Robes is the Warlock exotic, also useless. And the weapon this week is an auto rifle known as Hardlight, also useless. Yeah, let's go over these. Oh good, the API is down, I have no idea. So this is 61, 62, Titan, or helmet's maxed out at 65, so it's decent, it's not great, it's probably in the low 90s, maybe high 80s on this. It's not terrible, not great, I'd pick it up if you don't have it. It's a useless helmet. Let's go over what they do. I always forget to do that. Resolute, gain the Unstoppable perk for Fist of Havoc, so you become harder to kill while Fist of Havocing. Moving into Lucky Raspberry, this thing makes arc bolt grenades chain further, and you respawn with full grenade energy. Pretty good there. This chest piece was the bane of existence in the Crucible and Trials of Osiris back in year 1 and early year 2 before it was nerfed to the ground. But it's still pretty good if you want to use it. Shotgun ammo there for your Crucible experiences, if shotguns still mattered in the Crucible. Make your own luck, things like that. Have fun with that chest piece. If you need it, pick it up. If you don't need it, I wouldn't recommend it. Let's see what the roll is on this. It is a straight thing, so I have no idea what it is. Moving into the chest piece over here, activate Radiance from Death, disorients nearby enemies. So when you Sun Sing from Death, basically when you Fireborn, it disorients things. So basically there's a large flash of light, and you become blind if you are near someone activating this, or you blind people if you are near them when you activate this. Decent for the Crucible. Never really tried it, never really bothered with it in PvE. I don't really think it's that great in PvE. It's a beautiful chest piece. I wish it was on my... It is a beautiful chest piece. I wish it was on my Warlock, but I am alas not. This is Burn Brighter. Does what it says it does. Actually, this is a decent chest piece in terms of carrying more for special and heavy versus specifically sniper and rocket or things like that. Increases your void burn damage defense if you want to pick that up. It's a decent chest piece in terms of like everything that isn't the exotic perk. So if you need a chest piece and you don't have one right now, or you need an exotic and you don't have one right now, pick this one up. Chest pieces max out at 86, 86. This one's pretty low. Like I said, it's basically around the same as this helmet is from maximum, so probably high 80%, low 90% if I had to wager a guesstimate. Fun word. So pick this up if you don't have it. If you don't want it, don't pick it up. It's pretty cheap. I'd honestly grab this just because of the special ammo and heavy ammo perks and intellect discipline roll and things like that. Moving over to Hardlight, the auto rifle this week, this thing is pretty interesting. I don't know if this got buffed too crazily. I'm pretty sure it got the blanket buff that auto rifles got, but it's pretty fun to use. It's a little bit silly to use though. Volatile light rounds fired from this weapon have no damage fall off, overpenetrate targets, and ricochet off hard surfaces. So you can cross map someone with this if you get lucky enough to land headshots across a map. That being said, it's a pretty fun weapon, fitted stock, I'd recommend that, and probably glass half full, just because you want the bottom half to cause additional damage. Pretty fun weapon. I'd pick it up if I were you, just mess around with in the Crucible with it, mess around in PvE with it. It should be an interesting gun, but yeah, it's a thing that happens. Moving down to the curios, we have the Plasma Drive and the Emerald Coil. One's unquoted, one's quoted, because consistency is #1 concern. Plasma Drive and the Emerald Coil can be used to upgrade rare quality sparrows. These sparrows can be bought from the Vanguard or Crucible Quartermasters for currency. You can then upgrade them with these vehicle upgrades, turns them into legendary quality sparrows with a blue and green trail respectively. Moving into the ammo synthesis, I would buy the 10 for 3 as opposed to 3 for 1, because obviously math tells us that the 10 for 3 is a better deal. You can use these to give yourself heavy ammo while in combat, like a raid situation, or you can use these to turn into factions. For faction reputation, it takes 100 ammo cent to get 1 level. If you're using an exotic class item for the faction, it takes about 80 or 90 or so, so pretty good there. 3 of coins, stackable effect, use 1, kill an ultra, complete a Crucible match, use another one until you get an exotic to drop, then keep using them. Basically, never stop using them. Use 1 per strike, 1 per Crucible match until you get an exotic. Don't use 5 at a time. Don't be that guy. Moving into glass needles, these things can be used to reroll exotic armors. So if you really want this chest piece and you really want it to be perfect 86, 86, go ahead and buy some glass needles, twist the fate until this thing has 86 out of 86 on it. This being an intellect or a super base chest piece, it will always have intellect, so never try to get discipline out of this thing. Most class or most exotic pieces of armor do have set perks and set stats, so be careful with that. You probably will, since this has an increased special and heavy, you'll never get this thing to say increase ammo for, say, sniper rifles, because it'll always have special ammo, things like that. So be mindful of what you're doing when you're messing around with glass needles. They're pretty fun, very expensive though to use. Material exchange down here. The Motes of Light material exchange is the worst conversion rate in the game. Never use it. And exotic shards. Let's talk to you guys about how to duplicate these. I'll pick one up and we'll head back to the tower and go to the weapon kiosk down by the Vanguard, and I'll show you guys how to duplicate these down there for much cheaper than strange coins. So I'll see you guys in the tower in just a moment. So like I said, unfortunately, the API is down right now. I'm not entirely sure why. I might have to refresh it, probably something on Bungie's end, maybe something on my end. It was working last night, but I don't really know. So I can't tell you the percentages on those helmets and chest pieces. I do apologize for that. I can tell you that they're decent, probably high 80%, low 90s. But that's about as much as I can tell you just based off of what I know. Speaking of that, let's go ahead and duplicate some stuff. So let's grab a Truth rocket launcher. If you don't have a Truth, sorry. I think it works for everything else. I don't know about the swords, though. So I would try with everything that isn't a sword and just see if it works that way. I know it works best with Truth. That's the easiest one to do it with. Let's go ahead and put the Truth rocket on, and then we'll go ahead and duplicate some stuff for you here. All right, so once you have your Truth rocket launcher equipped, go ahead and pop over to your inventory and grab a heavy telemetry. You can buy these for very cheap from the gunsmith, about 250 glimmer a piece. You could also have a class item with upgrade rate for rocket launchers that will also work. I have a few of these. I don't think any of them have rocket launcher on them. So once your rocket launcher is equipped and you have a telemetry active, which increases the upgrade rate for that weapon, go ahead and burn through 6 motes of light, 5, 6. I think that was 6. Let's go ahead and take a gander here. This should have been 6. I might be stupid. It was 6. Okay. Once all those are full of experience, take 6 motes of light to do that. And go ahead and unequip it and dismantle. So your 1 exotic shard that you used to purchase this thing from the kiosk now turns into 2. You get some motes back as well as some weapon parts and some glimmer. Hit myself on the table. It's always good when that happens. Anyway, so that's pretty much how you duplicate shards. It's really only limited by the amount of glimmer you have and the shards you have. So every 1 shard that you use to buy it will turn into 2 shards when you dismantle it. Like I said, the limiting factor here is glimmer as opposed to strange coins. So it's pretty good for you in terms of, you know, making it a more easily acquired currency as opposed to strange coins, things like that. So that's pretty much it for me. Like I said, Zur is in the Reef this week. He's got pretty much nothing worth noting. I would pick up the hard light if you don't have it, things like that, just for fun. Maybe the purifier robes if you really, really want them. But that's pretty much it. Hi, Moon. We don't ever get to see you very often. But that's going to be it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Enjoy the 1000th video, which technically is this video. Like I said, there will be a 1,000 videos special sometime in the near future, maybe. But, you know, Zur exists, and we can't control that. So, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, very much appreciated. And, yeah, as always, until next time. That is not the snap emote. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.